you're less likely to be indoctrinated by terror groups.
No, maybe we should move quickly away from Leah Sharibu. I think that has been well established, and involvement, your commitment, in that regard. But what's your take on the state of the nation, particularly with regard to two issues? First, scarcity that Nigerians are expressing at the moment. Second, the Abba Kyari saga. I know you said a number of things about Abba Kyari, but you are now on AriseTV. We'd like to have your take on those two issues.
Okay, first on Abba Kyari, President Muhammadu Buhari might mean well, but there's some things that we have to look at. There is no balance in Nigeria's law enforcement agencies. So you have to look at it now. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice is from Kyari State in the Northwest. Now, the Chief Justice of Nigeria is from Bauchi State in the Northeast. The Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is from the Northwest. What's the other one now? Anyway, so you see, the Inspector General of Police is from Borno State in the Northeast. So there's no balance. All these fellows are modern Muslim males. And so there might be what they call an unconscious bias. Not that they intend to be biased, but there's an unconscious bias. There's something in law that they said, familiarity breeds satisfaction. So when you have these people, there's a likelihood that you have an old boy network. So the law enforcement agencies in Nigeria are even more imbalanced than the security service, that is the military and the other intelligence arms. So what President Muhammadu Buhari has to consider doing is that he has to make the law enforcement agencies more balanced. So he has to involve people from other geopolitical zones. Maybe the IGP can come from somewhere else, and then that unconscious bias, it will be broken, because that's what allowed a man like Abba Kyari to rise through the ranks to get a standing ovation from Nigeria's House of Representatives. Because if you look at the man, there are some things that don't gel. If you look at his social media profiles, he behaves like a teenager, a teenage girl, not even a teenage boy. He's very flamboyant. He's always boisterous. He's regularly posting. He takes clothes in fashion design, in designer wears. And that's a red flag, because normally a cop, particularly a super cop, is meant to be conservative. This man's behavior, in the United States, the FBI will have a profile. His profile did not fit what he was trying to project to the public, which is a super cop. Now, that is one. Now, on the issue of adulterated fuel and the NNPC, this is what we've been talking about, that this administration and any other administration needs to privatize the NNPC. Government must not be in the business of being a business. Government must regulate business. The NNPC cannot effectively and in a business-like manner manage this issue. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Look at what's been happening all over the world. First from the United Kingdom, where Margaret Thatcher in the 80s privatized the oil industry, and then going over to the United States, which has always been in private hands. And look at the communist country like China. Even in Hong Kong, they said, look, this system cannot work. So in Hong Kong, it's privatized. So if you had somebody, look at somebody like Aliko Dangote. When Obasanjo was leaving, he sold the refineries to Aliko Dangote. If that sale had not been reversed by Malam Musa Yar'Adua, Nigeria would not be in the situation that it is.
Well, thank you, Randall. What is your take now that, according to this day, we're 365 days to the presidential election? So I must ask you, your take on those who have declared an intention to contest for the highest office, particularly from your party, PDP. Do you have any favorites yet?
Well, I would not tell Nigerians who to vote for, and I will not tell my party members who to vote for. Internally, we're going to talk about that. But I would like to talk about the presidential race in general. We've had 7 years of Muhammadu Buhari. Now, Muhammadu Buhari, he has his faults, but he said that, and in fairness to him, he said that, look, that ill health actually affected my performance. Ill health and old age actually affected my performance. So perhaps he meant well. But he was honest enough to say, look, I've not been able to do what I wanted to do because of ill health, number one, and old age. So we can't be going from 8 years of Muhammadu Buhari to another person who suffers from those two malaise, ill health and old age. And if you look at somebody who is probably the front runner at the ABC, someone like Bola Tinubu, he had just come back from London after he went to London months ago for ill health, and then 3 months later he's just come back. And I would see him, he suffered an enuresis incident at the palace of the Amujabi of Ijebudan. And I don't want to use that against him, but enuresis is an old age-related disease, it's illness. And then a few days later, another video came out, and I must confess I was the one who released that video, where he had to suffer the same incidents in public. So obviously, this man is not well. He's not fit. And if you look at his mentality, his acumen. Last year, January specifically, I think it was on the 29th, he was in Kano, and he said, look, we can solve the security crisis in Nigeria by employing 50 million youths into our army. That shows that the man's mental acumen is not right there. So what we need somebody who doesn't have health issues and who is mentally fit to be in that office, so that we can continue growing our economy. Because right now, our economy, the president means well, but he's not been able to fulfill his promises.
Okay, Rena, before we